Hey you folks, Quillyteen here, and welcome to another episode of the Africa Succession Synergy series that I'm playing with Arumba. He just had a really long run as his ruler, and I've taken over now at age of 48, so I don't know how long my ruler will last exactly. He's got great stats. I will not be making him into a general this time, because general does give you sort of a second chance to die, basically, on every tick, and I really want to avoid that, because my chance to die per tick is going to be a lot higher than it was previously, because I'm older, plus these are really great stats. Unfortunately, we currently have no legal heir, which is really unfortunate. We are in a war. We're going to talk about that in a second. We technically have a coalition against us, but it's probably something we could fight out pretty easily. It'll be interesting to see exactly what happens coalition-wise after we peace out of our current war. We are in an interesting situation in that Great Britain is currently in a war against Spain, which means it might be possible to go and snag the rest of the Great British holdings here in Africa and kick them completely out of the continent. Well, they'll have some little islands over here. This is British, right? Yeah, that looks all like pretty Britishy red. We've got Bourbon over here, but they have Mauritius over there, and that might be nice, not to mention some of their bits over here. It could all be very worthwhile taking. If we switch over to diplomatic map mode, you can see we don't have any holdings over here at this time. We've got everything in the south over here. We've got Madagascar, and we are at war over in this end of things. War is pretty close, I think, to finishing up. We've got 39 war score, but more importantly, who's the actual primary target? It's Oman is the primary. I'll probably want to grab Ethiopia first if I want to get anything from them, and I kind of sort of actually I'm not sure if I need anything from Ethiopia specifically. We'll have to make a decision about administrative power and whatnot, but honestly what we're probably mostly looking for here is just control over the coast. Now, who is this? Hassa. Because not having control over that is a little bit annoying. We do have a big stack about to land over here. Lots of cannons. Siege down their capital. I mean, that's what we're going to focus on, is just taking territory away from Oman. And maybe minimize any kind of attrition we take over here. I mean, taking these forts and whatnot would take a little bit of time. What's your manpower out? Pretty low, actually, so avoiding any kind of attrition isn't a terrible idea. Yeah, we may actually focus on a much smaller grab. Now, we do have a lot of provinces missing cores. I believe that these are all territorial cores. Yeah, we can tell because there's no overextension over here, so that can be ignored. It's a little bit hard when you see this button. You want to push it, but we don't actually have to turn everything into a core as opposed to a territorial core. Just, we don't have to turn everything to state cores, for example. We've got tons of light ships. Our trade situation is fantastic. Our economy is really good because of our trade domination. I mean, that's not a ton of money, but it's a fair deal of money. We still have our merchants doing a little bit of transferring over here. We do have 100% control over all these nodes. 98%. Oh, have we moved our trade capital? Yes, we have. Our main trade port is now the Ivory Coast. All right. Thought that might happen at some point. It really depended on the New World trade, because if we were stopping all the trade in Zanzibar, then control over the Ivory Coast was kind of moot, because most of the trade was flowing in from Zanzibar, although I guess there's Timbuktu as well as the Brazil trade node, so having this is pretty good. We've only got 75% there, despite all of our ships, but that's not too bad. Any negative modifiers are embargoed by Great Britain, which doesn't matter, so that's pretty swell. Pretty swell indeed. What else belongs to that trade node? So that's different. So I think we actually control 100% of land. Well, I guess we can confirm that if we go here. Does anyone else have anything under province trade power? Great Britain has one. That's it. Oh, there we go. It's because of these islands, but that's kind of irrelevant. So mostly it comes down to the ships and other things like backflow. Oh yeah, transfer traders downstream. That's exactly where our speed is. Okay, which is perfectly fine. Don't mind that. All right, I think we can probably just go ahead and unpause. Now, the most important question is, where's Arumba's horsies? Oh, Arumba, I'm so disappointed. I can't believe you did that. Oh, for shame. For shame. I wonder if I can just start bringing these guys back and get ready for a British thing. We'll leave some troops over here. It's going to be fine. I kind of want to bop a few more single stacks, but I don't think it's going to be required in any way. We got a great general here. 641. Jeebus. That's amazing. Oh, yeah, and there is also a bit of a clerical error over here. These guys are getting cranky and crotchety. Is it leading dominance of the clergy? It is. So, yeah, and we don't really have any buttons that are going to help. I mean, we can increase their loyalty, but that's not what we're looking for at this time. We really need to bring down their influence, which probably is going to require us to go ahead and lower their... Is it under political? Estates. Lower, revoke some of their territory. So all the yellow bits is what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead and do that. It's going to dramatically upset them, certainly. But we need to drop their influence. So they'll be disloyal, which means we will get some bad modifiers. Okay, which ones of these actually are more sizable? It's all based on the value of the land. Because we have to get it below below 70%, don't we? Oh, no, 80! Oh, shoot, I could have stopped there. Went a little too far, but that has resolved the issue. What are you at now? 76. Yeah, okay, so I went a little bit too far, but that's fine. We'll get them happy again later on. All right, so the cannons and our siege leader over here have joined the siege. That's progressing well. We've got a full blockade of this. No, we don't, actually. Can I move over here? It's within range. There we go. Get a proper blockade going on there. That's quite nice. And you are going to be attacking me over here, which is an interesting choice. I will definitely accept combat over here. Let's do this. We'll do a consolidate here to make sure our troops are fighting properly. We are going to be having superior numbers over here. It's coastal desert, so there's no terrain bonuses whatsoever. But vastly superior numbers. Even, with the reinforcements, they do have more, but we are going to go ahead and flatten them, and that's good. Oh, man, I want to hit this button so bad. That siege is over 47%. I don't know if that's going to be sufficient. Especially with Ethiopia still in the group, in the party here. Let's see. Sue for peace. What kind of stuff could we do? Vassalizing is definitely too big. I mean, at the very least, we're going to want this. The question becomes, do we want to grab the land across the way, which will be discontinuous and has some issues. And you know me, I like to grab as much as possible all the time. The island, certainly. I think I need to take a bigger bite. I think I'd be unhappy if I didn't grab more over here. What's the trade situation look like? Coastal center of trade. Coastal center of trade. I've got to grab Aden as well. So maybe we can minimize... Let's see here. Negotiate. Because I need to grab Aden. Oh, that's not too bad all of a sudden. They're still willing to do it. Kinda. Alright, that's as far as we can get. Now, this gets us all the trade estuaries. As well as a foothold on the other side. Because we're not going to be able to get to 100% war score with anything more than that. But again, that does give us all the important trade stuff. I think that's going to be sufficient. So I'm going to do that and throw in a little bit of gold. And literally no other provinces, huh? Alright, I'm good with this. What is it going to do for our aggressive expansion? It looks like... I don't think it's going to add anyone else to the coalition, so we'll do that. It'll make the coalition a little bit longer, but that's going to be okay. And one of our advisors must certainly be one of the greatest scholars of all time. Oh, that was an interesting lag in my pausing here. Gain 1 stability, more missionary strength, or gain prestige. Well, we are capped on prestige. I will definitely be happy to grab the stability. The thing hurting us right now is the low legitimacy. That's going to be really, really, really unpleasant and uncomfortable, but that's going to be okay. Left the coalition. Excellent. Excellent stuff. And I do want to build cores in the bits that are giving us overextension. So territorial cores for now, and we'll figure out the rest soon enough. So let's go ahead and bring everyone, I would say, down to here. I would definitely like to do some damage against the Brits. So we have humiliate rival, take capital of London. That's not really going to do us for us. I should have probably... Oh, we can fabricate a claim as is. Well, start building a spy network, and then also fabricate a claim on Natal. There we go. Because then what can happen in the war is we can Oh, we can fabricate another claim. We can take the war goals right away. I think if we're going to fabricate another claim, I think it'll be on Mauritius over here. More as a backup. But the important thing is we can set this as a war goal, and then once we control it, we'll get a ticking war score, which is going to be fantastic. All right, are you guys taking the boats across? Oh, you're black flag, so you can actually walk all the way across there. Oh, everyone's leaving the coalition against us. Wonderful. You guys, who's using the boot? Stop using the boot. There we go. Just march down there. That's going to be fine. Everyone's leaving the coalition. We've got 2 colonies, and they're starting to pad out. Very nice. We're just working our way up here, which is groovy. Okay. Now, are we going to reap the trade benefits right away? Probably. Now, we do have a penalty because of our overextension. Well, no, this is not foreign trade route. This is one in which we actually have a presence, so I think that's going to be okay. So we're funneling a great deal of trade down to the south. Our trade power doesn't affect the steering so much, but it affects the total pressure to pull stuff out of the trade node. Most of it's still being, most of it is being pulled out, yeah, which makes sense. So that's great. And we're multiplying that. Every node it's going through, we're going to get an extra little multiplier, which should add a lot of value to the Ivory Coast node. And we were doing, what, 40 trade power? So we've gone down a little bit, but I think it's probably because of the overextension. So we'll look into that soon. You guys need to not be quite so clumpy. I let this guy go a little further ahead before I give the second guy a little bit more walking orders so that we can minimize some of these attrition ticks, because we have no manpower whatsoever. Now, I don't think we're going to need a lot for the war against Great Britain, but it's still a little bit worrisome. War galleon over here, great stuff. So we don't need this fleet here. War galleons and transports, we will get you to park there. So do I only have the 2 navies? No. So this is the big trade fleet, and then we've got a pair of trade fleets there, which I believe we're queued up to get built and we'll join up, so that's going to be okay. And then we have the Singleton over there. All right. So really we have 2 fleets. A mass trade fleet over here. We are above our boat limit, but Arumba did math, and I trust Arumba's math, that with light ships up to the force limit, and then, you know, going a little bit above that with some other utility ships and heavy ships, you are still making more money than you are losing from being above your force limit. And we've certainly seen that before, that looming disaster. But you're going down, right? Yeah, progress is -1 each month. Perfect. And Civil War isn't actually progressing. No, it is actually progressing because of our overextension. We don't have legitimacy. That's a problem. So it can be stopped if our legitimacy gets higher, but it's only progressing because of overextension. So I'm actually happy that maybe we didn't take too much, because it might have affected the speed. I'm not sure. I think it would have just been a fixed +1 regardless, and we will get through this pretty fast. Okay, you can start walking again. Get down there. You're going to dock. We're going to let you repair for a few ticks over here. What's our leadership situation? Do we have admirals or anything like that? No. Just a couple of generals, which is perfectly fine and happy. +3, +1, +3. Anything else with the estates I should be looking at? Hey, we have charters. I guess we do. I guess we do because we're Western. Oh, quite interesting. No buttons I can push over here. I could get an admiralship. I could demand diplomatic support, but would drop 20 loyalty, which would erase our trade efficiency bonus. In fact, giving us trade efficiency penalty, which would be terrible. Terrible. Call Diet over here. I could afford to lose 5 prestige and give these guys a boost, and then raise levies. Let's do that. Thank you very much. Should have done that before we ended the war, because I'm betting we could have had a little bit more prestige, but it's not like we're hurting right now, so I'm going to be okay with that. Wuhan, East Africa. How do we compare tech-wise? So we've got 17, 19, 19. They do have 21 military tech, which is unpleasant. There's also jungle, so we'll have a -1 to attack over here. Also, this is a fort. Okay, so we're going to leave that ticking in. I think we're going to go to speed 3 over here. I think that's going to be fine at this time. You are still repairing. And my trade fleet. There we go. Got more ships coming in there. Wonder how many more we've got queued up. I think over here we've got 2 more. Oh, heavy ships in production. All right. Well, we are going to need that if we're going to be smacking around the Brits. They do have a lot of little holdings to grab over here, and because they are non-European holdings, the war score to take them should be incredibly cheap. Could always threaten war, but I'm not going to do that. Take London. God, that would be awesome! And it's probably doable, but I don't think I will be doing that. We could do some upgrade of our transport ships. We've got a lot of money. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to reset them to 0, but our transports will be a little harder to just one-shot in some of the conflict. It's not a very high priority, but it's not too bad. We do have the steel tech thing. That's one of the things last time I had a stint here. I forgot that having the spy network improves your research rates. Does that get displayed somewhere? Like here? There you go. Wuhan spy network in Great Britain. I'm assuming it only counts the one highest one. But I don't know. Truce expires. Tlemcen. So do I have any other troops that are just sitting around in weird, unexpected locations here? We do have some over here. Are they doing unrest busting? Yeah, it looks like they are, which is probably okay. And over here, unrest busting? Well, without you, there would be positive uprisings. Now, we could also be looking to prepare for an attack of some form over here. Like, we've actually got some CBs against some things. But I don't want to get too much overextension, especially if I'm going to go to war with Great Britain, which I still think is quite wise. So we're going to go in here, we're going to attack them with 2-to-1 numbers. They do have superior tech, and there's the jungle. But with a 6-4 ruler, which is going to be pretty good. They actually have a 6-2 leader. Jesus. How's the maneuver? Because we've got to worry about the river crossing. We've got a maneuver of 2. Oh. And I don't think there's a way to avoid a river crossing over here. So we'd actually get a -2. So, hey, Highveld. Son of a bitch. I guess I could do this, which would give me a maneuver of 4, which allowed me to avoid the river, which would eliminate a -1, but then I'd have lower combat stats. I think the fire of 6 is better. I'm actually not sure that we can do this with the 2-to-1 numbers. I'm actually very leery about that. I'm going to go ahead and grab these guys and bring them on here. In fact, I'm wondering about giving them the boot to come down here faster. I mean, it's not that we can't wait. I mean, as long as they're still distracted by war. Oh, nice. Because we do have some things going on in our country that we'd still like to have, you know, go away. Get rid of the existing overextension so we can get rid of this Civil War flag, which will go away pretty soon. Right? Well, not as soon as we would like, actually. And there's no way to avoid it. We can't raise our legitimacy. Not without being able to push some buttons for religion and whatnot. New merchant guilds, okay. Anything we can do to press buttons there again with the estates, merchant guilds? So, yeah, you're kind of miserable. I can give you influence, which seems perfectly okay to increase your global settler increase. But I can't raise your loyalty, and I can't push any of these other buttons. So we're going to have to put up with that. Naval assimilation, great. We'll get those colonies to fill up a little bit faster. Really nice to see that. I could use forced march over here, but it seems kind of stupid. I don't think there's a good reason to do that. Merchantmen are almost completely fine again. Lovely to see. All them cores, about halfway there. Hopefully they're okay. Natives lose one ferocity, which I don't think affects us too terribly much. Actually, what's our colonial policy right now? Native coexistence chance. So, yeah. So we have no uprising chance, so it literally doesn't matter. Because I was going to say, I'm betting that's what it is, since we've got no one standing there. Rebel uprising, we do have one due soon. That's Kotoko, which is where my guys are standing. Alright, spy network discoveries, yada yada yada. That's fine. There we go. Colony becomes self-sustaining. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and continue up over here because, well, we may as well just develop this area. I mean, it's not like we need more percentage strength in the Great Lakes trade node, although it adds more value there, and certainly every province will have some value. They're all kind of shitty at 3 development, though. Or is this any higher? No, they're all 3 development. And we can't get that far. Triumph for the clergy. This would give them 10 influence, which I don't want because that would be a huge problem. Or we could reject it. Lose, oh my god. Lose a stability, they would lose loyalty, and they would lose influence. Which actually means we could give them their land back. I'm going to reject their authority. And, yeah, disloyal estates. But, then I can turn around. Where's the estate map mode again? And give them some land back. Territorial core. Was it over here we were giving them? Yeah, this is, I think, was where we took their land away before. So that brings them to 5%. 5.5. We have to make sure their influence doesn't go above 80. Right? Right. Yeah. 80 is our limitation. I don't think there's going to be anything else that sends their influence up higher. So I'm just going to try to get them to 10% land so they don't lose influence over time. And I think they need one more. Yeah, that'd be fine. Oh, that brings them to 99.9%. So this will overshoot them by just a scooch. But their loyalty will still be manageable. Okay. So if we check here, monthly change is positive. Okay. Good stuff. You're nearly there. Ooh, tech. Killing grounds. Very nice. Infantry fire. New type of cannon. Oh, that is actually perfect timing for that. Perfect timing. Anything else coming close? I mean, I should have checked the military one. Oh, and then we got tactics. Right, so they're going to have the extra tactics level and everything. This is actually going to be a really, really, really brutal fight, and I'm not sure it's a good idea to go into it. We are going to move the warships over here. I'm going to pile everyone in there. We're going to try it anyway. I mean, we've got... This is going to be fine. We're going to win this fight. And they don't really have much in numbers anywhere else, so it should be okay. Although, they have a big fleet over here. 20 combat fleets, a bunch of transports. I wonder what they're looking to do. What I should have checked here is, does we need an upgrade? No. Repairs are pretty okay, so that's good. Let's get our entire fleet together over here. And then go. Okay, the British fleet has gone away. And we're getting an attrition tick if we wait here. What's our current attrition? Pretty darn high. I just want to make sure these guys are a little bit more safe. Hey, conversions. Completed mission. Ah! Wave of Devotion, +1 conversion strength. Very nice. Prove legitimacy. That would be actually exquisite. We've got a mission to colonize Nukunu. Nukunu. Way over here. I do like these missions because they give you the colonial enthusiasm afterwards. But I don't know if our priority is colonizing Australia or not. I mean, we could get a lot of good stuff by having more presence over there, and certainly, I was going to say funneling more trade out of here, but all the trade's basically going to get funneled through us anyway, so I'm not going to care about that. I'll take the prove legitimacy thing, which will just sort of happen automatically in time. And we may as well do some more conversions here. Cape Verde. Done. Okay, where's the ships? Over here. Where are you going? So you were going over here. East Guinean Basin. Right over there. So, our ships should be fine. They should be out of the way at this time. So I'm going to feel safe about doing the war declaration. Alright, let's do it. So war goal is here. Allied with Ulm and Muscovy, which I think is going to be fine. That's a good question. How is Erp doing? Ulm. Oh, I see it. Right over here. So Ulm is still microscopic. Muscovy hasn't become Russia, but is doing okay. It's Russish. Alright, let's do this. What could possibly go wrong? We've got an heir! Arumba. Who's not bad, actually. Come on. Type the A. Thank you. Alright, we flattened that. I was probably overly paranoid, but I don't know. -1/-1, good leader. They do have the extra tactics. The question is, did we stack wipe them? We did not, which makes me a little bit sad. So, what's our magic number for the cannon techs here? We need 12 for the next level, so let's just leave 8 behind. And just a token front line over there. Follow this. Oh, and then we'll have to go and send the siege leader back here. But we can't assign a leader over here. So we're just going to go and bop that group. and then we'll drop some troops off on some various islands and things. There we go. You have been bopped. And we're going to go and put you, who's got the siege tick, over there. And then these guys merge up and pretty much do nothing. We'll get our transports. Oh, hold on. Wait. Stop. Let's break off these transports and land you here. Break off these transports and land you here. Organize this a little bit better. We still get the full blockade here. Excellent. Group up. Add. Pop out. And we'll move over here as one. Detach. Oh, 2 war galleons is going to be sufficient. Actually, we should probably do it with light ships, because they tend to be even more efficient, and then that leaves more war galleons over here, but I think that's going to be fine. A revolt! Up there! Oh, I didn't realize we'd left some of these dudes over here as well. This is probably still building up a revolt. Why don't we just get you, force march, yes, it's going to cost me military power, but that's okay, to force march over there. I think I like that. This, meanwhile, is a handful of light ships. We could potentially go and bop them. Transports. Land. Because, yeah, if we can take apart the British fleet piecemeal, that would be quite nice. In fact, what I'm tempted to do is talk to the Merchant Guild and ask for an admiral, which will give them influence. Ooh, it'd bring them above 80 influence, which would be a little unpleasant. Just a little, but unpleasant enough. All right. We're going to move over here and try to sink these guys. We don't have that many heavy, but we do outnumber them pretty substantially, depending on how they reinforce. Yeah, it'll be really nice when we finish this. Of course, we're going to be coring some more stuff soon. I might stretch out this war a little bit. Well, I mean, we're going to have to stretch it out because we're going to need the ticking war score to tick in. All right, that's been done. I'm actually going to... I can't yet. Now, if I just split off the light ships, I should be able to catch these guys. And indeed I will. Hold the line to the last man. Not often able to do this, but right now is the right time to whip our men to a new level of fanaticism. So we get a bonus to fort defense. Oh, okay. Sure. Battle of the Ivory Coast was won. Mostly just ran away, but that's not so bad. So we're going to go back over here, pick up our men, grab some more little islands. So, we've got negative war score right now because they still own the war goal. Oops, what is this? Nobility estate modifier. Denied exclusively noble officers has expired. Their influence is now 85%. Well, that's not good. Guess I shouldn't have increased the manpower here. Last until... So the next one to fall off is granted generalship, which is in just over a year, and will drop their influence by 20. I think we'll be okay. I hope. National Sovereignty Idea Group. A new idea group. Ooh. That is really tempting. But do we want to worry about our coring first? I'm not sure that we do. I think we're going to be fine doing this. And actually, we have unbalanced research right now, so let's definitely bring that up by a level. I'm not going to pick an idea group right this second. We're going to save that. There we go. We don't have unbalanced research anymore, so that's really nice. Also, where's my focus over here? Good, admin. I was about to say, I hope that it's still in the admin category. And it is. That is a relatively large revolt. Huh. That is a very large revolt, which also blocks these guys here. Well, we're about to finish this. We'll be able to send some more people north, which is going to be good. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to pick up everyone over here. Oh, they've got some troops marching around there. Let's see. Well, we got to put a cut in here in a second. I'm going to put my troops in the jungle. That probably will trigger this uprising, one way or the other. God damn it. What's your chance of popping there? You're still at 80%. Yeah, I'll let them keep marching for now. That's going to be okay. So we're picking up these guys. And yeah, I'm going to boat them all the way up to here. And get you to end up there as well. Then we'll have a pretty good stack going on. Alright, I think that's okay. And we'll just pull back here for now. Won the Siege of Natal. So now we've got positive war score, and it will keep going up as well. I'm going to get you to join up over there. We'll do a little bit of rebel stomping. Yay, cores! Now, some of the coring process here got paused, which is kind of annoying. But we'll deal with that soon. Alright, we're going to put a cut in here. Thank you very much for watching another episode of our Let's Play of Buha. I think we're going to be able to grab at some of these British holdings quite effectively. Because if we look at things like based on war score cost, we can get stuff, well, that's there. But how much is the war score cost of Natal, for example? Not much at all. Where the hell is it in this list? Oh, everything's one. You can see the one that we've got a claim on. I guess I can sort it alphabetically. That would work too. There it is. Yeah, 2 war score, which, I mean, we saw the peace offer value over here. So we're going to be able to, as soon as we hit 10, we should be able to demand a lot of stuff very cheaply. And remember, we're going to get at least 25 points from this, on top of the fact that we have won a couple of battles. We're not getting a whole lot of credit for it, but it did happen. So thanks for watching. See you next time.